You guys haven't noticed at all? Oh, wait, no. They actually are commenting on it. Alright, I tried changing the tape, but I can't. Lovely night. Okay. I wonder if Temnos is a friend. 342? Eh. I could get that. I don't know if it'd be worth it or not, though. No, I'm not gonna bother. I already got plenty of other stuff. I tried finding certain people. Like, I tried finding Edmund, but I couldn't seem to find him anywhere.
The hunt is
Which makes me
on.
very concerned that he's dead now.
Time to shine.
Because of Kazan. I wanted to bring him, but I couldn't find him. Is you going first? Yeah, conjure lightning.
Lightning crackles around you. Let's hunt.
Oh, check can do big damage on all of them.
Warlord Spear.
And also break them a little bit.
Here.
So, Casty.
Axe attack.
No.
And then Dagger Dance. Hopefully kill
Hit
them.
them low. You're
Yeah.
finished. I've seen
That's a lot
worse
cheaper too than
methods.
spending all the SP. Whatchamacallit? This actual lightning move. Okay. If I had to guess, it's gonna be Oz. Actually, no, it's gonna be Temenos and Thone. If we're gonna be doing the pairs.
Let this.
It actually probably will be Oswald or Particio because I'm sure the one with the Sacred Flame. What was I? God fucking hell. I was trying very hard to not forget what I was saying, but I forgot. It's not gonna be probably. I was saying something. It's not gonna be Temenos or Throne because that's definitely gonna be in Flames Church. So this one here is most likely Particio and Oswald because you're doing the pairs from the cross paths. Okay. I think I was also saying something earlier about it's probably. Oh, this is new. Journal Fragment 1. I did it. I finally got hired as a scrivener. Wait, no! Don't tell me Ori's evil too! I couldn't find her anywhere either! And for the dust of times too, all the world's information flows through a newspaper. A river of facts alongside a paper water wheel. An endless procession of scoop, scoop, scoop. As a journalist, I'll dash about the world investigating, uncovering, and breaking news. Oh, what better way for me to carry out my mission? I thought about this a lot, and everyone has some fact they're hiding. Vast sums of knowledge locked in noggins the world over. But how to crack open those repositories? Yeah, repositories. And acquire those tasty secrets. Then, that's the rub, of course. As I am now, I do not have the dexterity to pick any of those cranial locks. I was raised in isolation, always out of the loop, hiding quietly in the outskirts of society. There's a popular way to spin that, though. I spent all the time that I wasn't talking to people, observing them. Here's what I learned. People let their guard down around cute little animals. A scalding guard captain will play cuddly coo with an adorable puppy and soon confess all his gripes to the precious thing. And so I will become the puppy. I'll wag my little doggy tail, act the part of the friendly little non-threatening furball, and slide right into people's confidences. My brother may be the soaring eagle with his bird's eye view, but I'll be a sharp-eyed hound, keeping my nose to the ground and sniffing out every last. They're related? Ori and Orbero are related. Hold on. He mentioned his sister in the journal. Not the journal. In the pretend journal. Yeah, in Obero's journal. Okay. I'm gonna try to find this part of his sister. About my blood. Okay. Yeah, because she was isolated and... Okay, because Kazan raised her. Basically. And then Ku invaded their town, okay. Yeah, and that's why he got Mugen to do that. Alright. Planes of motion, yep. So, is Kazan or Ori the Dark Hunter? Or what? Oh, it's War Journal.
Ready to be
Oh
prey?
no.
Well,
Oh my god. I can't believe Ori's evil. My oldest memory is Crimson, a spray of bright red droplets, and a harrowing scream. A crowd fleeing in all directions, and enemy soldiers mercilessly cutting down innocents. Some of them even laughed as they did it. Amidst this, I was a stone, still in my tender years. I neither cried nor wept, nor cowered, but merely watched the chaos unfold. Being raised in a war-torn land does things to an impressionable mind, and I suppose something I had already broken inside me. I would have died that day, cut down like the rest, were it not for my brother. His cutting carved a path for us at that hellish place. My brother is brilliant, so much so that the enemy king spared him if he would serve. Yet despite his genius, despite how shrewd the plans he proposed were in the attempts to avoid bloodshed, the blood always flowed. Humans steal, they kill, they take, and they take, and they take. Lives, possessions, and land is a state of our nature, a simple fact of our existence. My brother and I have seen so much together, and we've both reached the same conclusion. The world doesn't deserve to see another dawn. The life of man is nasty, brutish, and ugly. Why not make it short? I need her on our side, and I need you to convince her that's a good idea. My brother's face was flushed as he handed me a letter addressed to Rai Mei. No, she's not evil. She's with me right now. She's helping me. We've saved Rai Mei. My brother's face was flushed as he handed me the letter addressed to Rai Mei. Perhaps he'd been in his cups. I didn't need to ask him why he'd be celebrating the fundraising amount was going swimmingly. Oh, is freaking Regulus also evil? On my way home, I spotted Hikari. He's the key to everything in Ku. And if our machinations go according to plan, my brother will get what he's after. I doubt Hikari has a clue who I am. Another tactic proposed by Brother Dearest. No prior familiarity with me will help move things along down the line. But though Hikari doesn't know anything about me, I certainly know a lot about him. Hikari has another side to him, a second personality that my brother says was born from his family cursed lineage. Somewhere in the past, Clan's Ku blood mingled with that of the infamous Archmage Darkest, sparking a history of war and sacrifice. A more odious bloodline I do not know. As I passed Hikari in the street, for a moment I felt as if our eyes met. His gaze was steady and true, just as it was when he was a boy. How had that bright spark in his eyes not dimmed over time? He had seen the same horrors I had been through, the same terrible war. Yeah, so it basically confirms Hikari is related to, distantly related to Harvey and Oswald's wife, which is absolutely weird. This is a wacky-ass family tree. This is bad. Hikari was captured before I had the chance to deliver my brother's letter to Rai Mei. If Hikari is killed, it'll ruin everything, and we'll have to start over from scratch. Oh God. Is Rai Mei's assistant? Oh, he was also in town, so I don't think so. Clan Mei calls the fortress of Stormhill its home. Closest place is Solistia. I hate it. Time is of the essence, yet this frigid blizzard is battering me about like a leaf in the wind. If only I could take 2 steps without being blown 3 back. By the time I finally reached the Stormhill, Hikari had already been released. I can only assume he managed to sway Rai Mei on his own. I handed my overdue missive to one of Rai Mei's retainers and quickly put that chilly place behind me. Okay, so it sounds like Kazan's plan was for Rai Mei to betray Mugen, which she did on her own anyway. So I don't think she's going to be all that involved. Oswald is sentenced to life imprisonment. It took me a moment to process the judge's verdict. I blinked, doubting my ears. What was going on here? He was supposed to be executed, wasn't he? Oh! I ran as fast as I could to find Harvey. I should have known that Swine has stuffed leaves into the judge's pocket to bribe him into that decision. Why? I want him to see the power of my preferred magic. That's his reason. The blighted fool. Pride, worthless pride. We need the Book of Demons. What is Oswald somewhere? What if Oswald somewhere finds a way to interfere? So, okay. Ori was definitely the accomplice for Harvey. And maybe Caldina too? When I gave my report to my brother, he simply said, just watch the spectacle unfold. Apparently my brother had already taken Harvey's massive ego into account when he made his contract with the man. If that's the case, then I suppose this isn't a problem after all. Regardless, I shall hurry and gather what information I can about Frigid Isle. Okay. So Ori and Kazan are also behind... Oh my god, there's so many. We're also behind Oswald getting arrested. And Harvey killing his wife and child? Okay, this is 6. I concealed myself among the chattering students and slipped into Harvey's lecture. The Book of Demons is nearly complete, so he was in jovial mood. When I saw my chance, I gave Harvey the news. Oswald had tried to escape Frigid Isle and died in the attempt. I thought the news would throw his high spirits off a cliff, but instead he just started giggling. It was creepy. When he finally settled down, he immediately said, I need to prepare for my guest's arrival, and vanished back into his laboratory, humming cheerfully all the while. It's like he thinks Oswald is alive. Is Oswald alive? It can't be, and yet, if so, then he will come here to find Harvey and seek his vengeance. Wait, this could be perfect. I doubt Harvey will honor our agreement and hand over the Book of Demons without a fuss. If I can set those two against each other, it might create the perfect opportunity to slip in and swipe the book. I wonder if my brother has predicted this too. Yeah, so they were going to have to kill Harvey if it wasn't for Oswald. Harvey has left the dusk-ruined shrine. Okay, this is at the end of Oswald's story now. The remains of Archmage Darkus will provide the final piece that Harvey needs. The Book of Demons will soon be complete. I found a nice cozy place to conceal myself, and sure enough, Oswald showed up. Just as predicted, the two fought it out, and I was able to retrieve the Book of Demons in the wake of their battle. There was one surprise, however. Harvey escaped alive! Harvey's alive? What was that bright flash of magic? A glimpse of a force that may dwarf even that of the Book of Demons? That girl. Does she have some special power within her? So they don't know about Oswald's wife and child. Like their bloodline, thankfully. Oswald trusted the girl Elena to the assistant before setting off on a journey. Like Alpates, the blood of the Lumina family runs in Elena's veins. Okay, never mind, they do. I'll need to continue monitoring her to watch for suspicious signs. I also couldn't find Oswald's assistant. She might be dead. Day after day, Elena sits at her desk and pours herself into her studies. A diligent girl, I suppose, but I'm curious as to why her brow sometimes wrinkles when she cradles her head in her hands. Still, her eyes are brighter and her gaze seemingly set on some happy goal far off in the distance. A marked difference from when I saw her in Harvey's company. There was only worrying and fear in her eyes then. My heart nearly limped out my throat when I heard the assistant's voice suddenly ring out behind me. Can I help you, miss? I immediately turned and tried to distract and dissemble with my tried and true cover story. Can I interest you in a newspaper subscription? She smiled, then, eyes warm, but I sensed a keen suspicion burning deep within those friendly eyes. I will not underestimate her again. No one else has ever noticed me when I didn't want to be found. I'll need to abandon my surveillance. Too risky. Besides, I've seen nothing suspect in all the time I've watched Elena. Might as well move on to more important matters. Okay, so she's alive then. We don't have to worry about that. Well, here I am in Candlebrine. Word is that I can find someone who has the lost pages of the Book of Nights original manuscript. Caldina, Captain of the Sacred Guard. Seems to be moving as Arcant. Arcanet? What? Who is this? Predicted and assembling the pages. Arcanet? Who the fuck is Arcanet? Have we met this character before? I don't remember. Maybe we have. There's a potential problem, however. A nosy inquisitor named Temno seems to have caught wind of all this. Arcanet has her eye on him, but I can only pray she doesn't make any problems for us. Oh, no. Oh, is this... Don't tell me this is Mint. Don't tell me that's Mint's real name. Oh, no. I want to be careful not to draw his attention to. The Book of Night is close to being fully restored. Once it is, I'll need to move quickly to retrieve it and fulfill my mission. Aligning myself with Arcanet was merely the easiest means to that end. My brother did tell me to be wary of her, however. Was he quite forceful about it? I wonder why. Alright, so Kazan also knows who this Arcanet is. I don't think... Oh my god, there's so many! Caldina, captain of the Sacred Guard, is driven by a lust for vengeance. To achieve that end, she seeks to make the power of the shadow her own. And with the restored Book of Night in hand, she set out for the Twilight Shrine. Her naive dream of avenging her people will never become reality. Why, you ask? Dear diary. Because the right architect taught her is purposely flawed. So there I was, hiding in the shadows of the Twilight Shrine, and waiting for the perfect opportunity. Lo and behold, Caldina's right went awry, and she transformed into a most hideous form. No one told me I'd have to deal with some horrible monster. This is way above my pay grade. Luckily, I had no need to fear that Temenos showed up and handled Caldina's problem. Okay. Luckily, I had no need to fear that Temenos showed up and handled the Caldina problem for me. I suppose Arcanet was behind this well-timed arrival. What a puppet master. Bravo. I finally understand why my brother warned me to keep an eye on her. Yeah, that's definitely meant then. Oh, no. I slipped down the ritual site after Temenos made his exit and retrieved the Book of Night. All that is left to combine is with the Book of Demons, and we'll be able to complete the book, the Dark Blood Grimoire. Or the Grimoire. Oh, no. Here I am, grand old Temporane, just in time for the coronation ceremony. Okay, this is Cassie's end of her story now. Word on the street is that an apothecary named Chuzo is going to rain on the parade with a storm infused with shadow energy. His goal, and I quote, is to extend a hand and all save to extend an oh my god, to extend a hand to save all in need. What a nice notion. Let's rewind the clock. It was 1 year ago that Chuzo lost hope in the future and started down this path. He was out gathering medicinal herbs when he stumbled into Lost Seed. Oh. Yeah, I was right. He was Dr. Claude. Alright, that was my guess. Dr. McClaude, who gave him the Book of Night. Claude was disappointed with the encounter, it seems. He had swayed Chuzo to his side, but couldn't persuade an apothecary in the man's company. Someone went with... One of the heirs apothecaries went with Chuzo? With a regretful sigh, he told me that this other apothecary's eyes were filled with a motherly strength, deep wells of kindness that bellied a sense of fierce determination. Wait, Cassie McClaude? I guess Cassie never got all her memories back then. Oh my god, what was her name again? Yes, Cassie. She stopped Chuzo, saw the people of Temporane to safety, and even dealt with the poison rain. As if that as if that wasn't enough, she also managed to mix up medicine that could combat the shadow on the spot. Claude's intuition was right. Cassie's someone to keep an eye on. My brother will need to know that we have another dangerous potential wretch in our plans. So Claude's also in league with them, I guess. I should have done this one last. Oh my god. I think we just did 11. I hope I'm going in order. I met a merchant today in Clockbank, an honest fellow with laughing eyes named Patricio. He's boasted that he'll rustle up 80 billion leaves and buy the rights to the steam engine from his current owner, Mr. Rock. Then he'll give the technology away to everyone. We're impressed on why, he said. Things like this should be shared with the whole world. Patricio confuses me. If I can borrow that Ruthless Rock's words, it is human nature to take from others and give unto oneself. Despite his noble declarations, I'm sure Patricio will prove himself no different from the other slime. Greed and self-interest will win out in the end. They always do. Still, I'm vaguely curious of how his story will play out. I'll follow this Patricio, though I'll keep my expectations low. Placing your faith in others only gets you betrayed in the end. I wonder if Patricio's got to make her turn around. She's got a redemption arc then or something. Please? Thank you. Oh. I'll read that one later. So this one next? We did 11. Well, that's 16? What the... Where are the ones I missed? There's 14. Alright, there is 12, I think. And then 13. Okay. Okay, they're organized by number? Yes, they are. 11. Yep, that was that one. And 11 was... Yep. And 12. So, 13 next. I can't believe it. How did Patricio turn the economic desert of a town into a hopping commercial hub? That business idea of his was inspired. I must admit that watching Alron's department store came to life woke something warm inside me. I told Patricia that the world's filled with people groaning under the weight of 1,000 problems. And it's fresh ideas like this, that's bringing a ray of joy into the troubled lives. For once, I really truly meant what I said. I should never have poured my heart out like that in public. I suppose my declaration was proof that he's cracked my emotional defenses and convinced me to believe in him. In my defense, he's really something else. Before I knew it, I was promising to help. Truth is, I'm excited to see what magic he'll pull out of his partitio hat next. Guess what, dear diary? This is the first time I've ever helped someone for something that wasn't directly related to my mission. Let me stop for a moment and also appreciate the fact that he convinced the Alrond to invest 80 billion leaves into him. 80 billion! The question is, will Patricia prove to be a man of integrity? Will he really use the leaves to help the world and not just to line his own pockets? Just a little bit longer, only a bit, mind. I find myself needing to see what he does next. It really seems like Ori almost has a redemption here because of Partitio. Partitio's gone and done it. He's gone and done it. He's humbled Rock and actually wrested the rights to the steam engine from that greedy tycoon. Still, there's nothing compared to what he did next. He actually gave it away, just as he said he would. Things like this should be shared with the whole world. He's lived up to that grandiose statement and then some. The heat of his passion even melted Rock's icy heart. And I didn't think the desert sun was hot enough to do that. So, taking a step back, what Patricia did is impossible, unimaginable, inconceivable. I've observed countless people in my time, and to date, every one of them is motivated to varying degrees by self-interest. People are always willing to step on others to achieve their own interests. But Patricio? Is he truly different? Is he someone who can at last transform this dark, ugly world into something wonderful? What do you think, brother? My brother made a deal with Harvey. Craft the Book of Demons, an evil tome said to be imbued with dark magic of Darkest himself. Why, you ask? Well, dear diary, because he will need it to restore the lost Darkblood Grimoire. The rub here is that neither my brilliant brother nor even Claude knows how to make this tome. Thus, the need for Harvey. The one thing my brother does know is that the remains of Darkest are the key component. When I shared that vile tidbit, Harvey smiled. That's all I needed. It sounds like he was already most of the way there. He's a valuable asset, so we'll do everything we can to assist him. Harvey has an unhealthy obsession with a scholar named Oswald. No, let's call it what it is. A severe inferiority complex. Harvey told me he'd gladly give up the Dawn if it meant he could be best the man. We let Harvey read the Book of Night in order to pull him into our intrigues, but honestly, I think it wasn't necessary. That bottomless well of envy in his gut, properly manipulated, would likely have been motivation enough. Besides, I don't trust him. No normal person can fathom that twisted mind of his. Yeah, Harvey is very fucked up. Alright, these are the last two. Welcome to my humble castle. That was how he greeted me when I arrived in Lost Seed, before he took me on a casual stroll through that rotting mausoleum of a town. I struggled not to gag on the stench of death and decay. All the while I'm smiling and breathing deep as if taking in the airs of the tranquil mountain meadow. This ghastly man's name is Claude. And he is the descendant of the infamous Archmage Darkest. Oh, he's also related to Harvey, okay. It is said that his notorious grandfather gave him a taste of the blood that the malevolent god of darkness, Vide. Frankly enough, while he was still in the womb, as a result, the man is blessed with eternal youth. So that's why he's immortal, because he has Vide's blood in him. With the blood of Darkest and Vide within his veins, Claude's fate was to become the Dark God's vessel, and yet he rejected this destiny and instead chose to pass his honor onto his offspring. For our part, we don't care who the vessel is, just that we have one of Claude. Just that we have one. Claude, however, seems to have preferences in the matter. Preferences, the man sired countless children with countless women and set his progeny at each other's throats. To the bloody victor goes the ultimate spoils. I shivered as he looked me up and down, his eyes seeming to pierce my very soul, as if he was seeking to plant a murderous seed inside me too. When he handed me the Darkblood staff, he told me that the woman who stole it from him has a lot of potential. His words, my purpose in Lost Sea fulfilled. I hurried out there. Oh, my purpose in Lost Sea fulfilled, I hurried out there. I can't wait to hand the staff over to Arcanet and let her handle the cathedral's sacred flame. Yeah, it's that Arcanet's definitely meant then. Alright, so he did not impregnate Ori, which is good. I wonder if he's talking about Throne here. Or maybe even Mira. Because I couldn't guide her. Oh. I don't know. He has a million children. It could be anyone, really. Dear Diary, today I met with... Who? The woman known as the Dark... Oh! The Dark Hunter. Okay. I introduced her to Professor Harvey several years ago at Arcanet's request. She was talkative today, and had this to say. I met with Arcanet when I was young, and it was then that I swore myself to her service. Ever since, I have hunted for her, and her alone, even slain the legendary monster known as the Guardian of the First Flame at her behest. Sometimes I'll hunt people too, like the time I came to possess the dark blood bow. Once again, my lady has use of me, and so I shall gladly obey. The Dark Hunter is a woman. I nodded along, and when she was finished, she showed me a monster. This beast, which she had captured in Totuhaha, looked at me with eyes filled with loathing for all that walked on this earth. I asked her what it was, and she told me the result of years of brutal conditioning and a healthy dose of Harvey's science for good measure. The result, an abomination crafted through repeated and horrifying experiments, and not again, a soul to be steeped in despair would surely prove to be a great source of power. Seems that leaving the flame of Totuhaha in her care should prove no issue. And that's all of it. Oh my god. Alright, so Ori is very important to this. Yeah, all is well. This is Partition, probably. Yeah, okay. Oh, formation up here. Partition. Let's go ahead and use the thing. It's absolutely insane. Alright, real quick before you watch this cutscene. So it looks like Harvey, Kazan, Ori, Mint, the Dark Hunter are all in leagues. And I guess Caldina too a little bit, but barely. Okay. And I wonder if the Dark Hunter is Alpates. No, Alpates. Alpion.
Now what have we got here? A sacred flame? Here of all places? Have I stumbled upon a scoop once again? Why, I believe I have. I'm glad that's done. There's no need to keep up this cloying facade. To wear the mask of a chipper, unflappable scrivener. No. Now I bring an end to this dark, wretched world. To liberate its people from their pain, their suffering, and their hatred. Just like I swore to you, brother. Together, we will usher in the night. I kept a close eye on the travelers, all while my allies and I worked behind the scenes. Until at last, I found the book I sought. The Dark Blood Grimoire. With it, I will smother the sacred flames, that they will never again light the way for the dawn. I offer this gift of blood. May the flames turn cold and dark.
Oh my god, she sacrificed herself?
Mortals. Gods. Who was it that drew the line between them? The blessed? The accursed? Us? Them? Particio. Would that we had never met. I'm sorry.
Second flame burns anew. Ori. I heard from an apothecary in town. A woman was found collapsed in the sacred flame and brought there for treatment. Hmm? She had brown hair and wore a cap, much like a scrivener. After she regained consciousness, she simply vanished. That's Ori. It's gotta be. But if that's true, then what saved her? It appears her wounds fell just short of being fatal. She must have changed her mind, just in the nick of time. She shot the worth on the walking toward the dawn. Well, I can hazard a guess as to why she hesitated. I believe it was thoughts of you that saved her life. Me? No, don't be ridiculous. Like I didn't do anything to do with that. Patricia, you had everything to do with that. Did you not read all the journal entries we just read? Well, no matter. As long as she's alive and well. But just where did she wander off to? I sure am lucky that you're around to cheer me up, eh? Our journey isn't over. We do well not to waste time in idle conversation. But if you must talk, then perhaps a different topic of conversation will suffice. Oswald? Thank you kindly. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, next stop. It was total haha. I'm still gonna end in flame, sure. It just makes sense to me. Yeah, Tomb of the Worm Beasts.